For G, we have to be careful because that is not a minus 3. That is a times by negative 3. So we want to make sure that we recognize that that is a grouping. So that is times by negative 3. So we're not going to use a plus 3 to get rid of that. We need to use a divide by negative 3. So I'm going to divide by negative 3. And I'm going to make sure I do that on both sides. These cancel. When I cancel times and divide, I'm left with 1. So I have 1x. On the right-hand side, 18 divided by negative. Well, that's 1 negative, so my answer is negative. 18 divided by 3 is going to give me 6. So my answer is negative 6. For H, we have to be careful because the negative, the minus, always goes with what's on the right. That is not a minus 5. That really is a plus 5. Okay, we're counting that 5, so that's a plus 5. So when we do this, we're going to first get rid of that plus 5 with a minus 5 on both sides. On the right-hand side, 10 minus 5 is going to be positive 5. These are zero pairs, so they cancel out. And we have to be careful because we're not just left with a, we're left with a negative a. Now, to get rid of that negative, we're just going to divide by negative 1. Those will cancel out. I have a left over. And I'm going to divide by negative 1 on this side. So I'm going to be left with a equals negative 5. For this one here, we have to remember that's not a minus 3. That's a negative 3 grouping. So it's times. We have a plus and a times. So which one do we get rid of first? Well, we do reverse BEDMAS. I'm going to get rid of the plus first. And I'm going to get rid of the plus with a minus 2. So I have a negative 3x. And I make sure that I remember that's a grouping. That's not a minus. The 2's cancel out. 17 minus 2 is 15. Again, just remember that you can see your calculations going vertically. I'm going to divide that times with a, get rid of the times with a divide by negative 3. And I'm going to make sure I do that to both sides. These are going to cancel, so I'm left with 1x equals 15 divided by negative is going to be a negative. 15 divided by 3 is 5, so my answer is negative 5. Here again, just remember that negative, that minus goes with the 2. Okay, it always goes with whatever's on the right. That means that this is a plus 5. Okay, we're counting that, so it's plus. So we're going to get rid of that first by using a minus 5. We're going to do that to both sides. On the right-hand side, I have 45 minus 5, which is 40. Again, you can see the calculation going vertically. Plus 5 minus 5 cancels out. And remember that that's now a negative 2a, because that becomes now a grouping. Okay, so it's multiplication. Undo that with a divide. So divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Those cancel out. So on the right-hand side, I have 40 divided by negative. That's only one negative, so my answer is negative. 40 divided by 2 is 20. So my answer is A is equal to negative 20.